Alright, so you know how we said, was part 2 by the way, how we said this is Angel's favorite spot. This is her and her environment right here in the kitchen. She's cooking us up a salad to go with our frozen tombstone pizza. That's what we eat because we don't really have time to cook, but when she cooks it's pretty good. But yeah, this is her and her environment. I guess you might as well answer a question while you're over there.
Oh, I don't think I can focus on answering questions while I'm trying to cook.
Alright.
Okay, what's the question? And I'll see if I can answer it.
Alright. The question is, when things get tough, such as work and finances, who is the one to keep things from getting too serious, and how do you do that? I.e. making jokes, going to a specific location, etc.
When things get tough at work?
No, it's like with us, like when things get tough, like when we get in like stressful situations, like how do we?
Usually whenever we have a stressful situation, I'm the person that freaks out about it and gets extra stressed. And I'm the worry wart, I guess.
The worry wart.
Yeah, that's me. If there's something to worry about, I'm gonna worry about it.
Yo, she has even a whole list of worries. Yeah, like she goes.
As soon as one worry gets cleared out, I'm like, phew. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I just have to solve this. So I move on to the next thing. So, like, there's always something for me to worry about. Like, I'm totally, I guess, not the carefree one. Like, Jay's totally the carefree one. Like, she doesn't have a worry in the world, basically. So she would be the one whenever things are stressful to try to make everything better and, like, calm things down and, like, try to get me not to stress out, which in turn
is an arduous task, by the way.
Because even once I stop worrying about that problem, there'll be 100 more to follow. Literally. I guess I'm just, like, I've done a personality test before for some of my psychology classes, and I don't quite remember the exact personality thing, but my personality type scored to be one of the ones that would be more likely to worry and stress out more often.
Yep, that's her. And how do I make you feel better?
She'll generally try to do something to cheer me up, like maybe flowers or just jewelry. Jewelry. Or just try to, like, take me somewhere to get away from the problem. Like, before in Florida, we would go to a park. Sometimes, like, if I was stressed out, we would go to the park or the beach and just walk by the water. And so she's basically the person that alleviates the stress in our relationship.
Good answer, good answer. Alright, so she answered that. Alright, what are some of the stereotypes out there about gays and lesbians being parents, and how do you relate or differ?
If you're a gay parent, you're going to have a gay kid, because you know all straight parents have straight kids.
Not
true. We should do like a fact or fiction. I should have like a sign. Fact or fiction. Gay parents lead to gay kids.
Yo, you know, some people actually say yeah. Like a lot of people would probably say yeah.
Yeah. But that's something we know isn't true. Another thing, the question was stereotypes about gay parents, right? Yeah. That they're going to raise the kid to be gay. Gay parents are going to try to force their lifestyle on the child, which isn't true. If anything, it's usually homophobic straight parents that try to force their lifestyle on the kids, such as when I first told my mom that I was interested in girls. She basically tried to force me to start dating guys. Like, she would try to set me up with her friends' sons or people she knew, like try to set me up, like try to force me to be straight, basically. So that's not true. The stereotype about gay parents forcing the child to be gay or raising the kid to be gay isn't true. Sexuality is something you're going to have regardless of what influences you have from your parents, I guess. The other thing gay parents will molest or abuse the kids.
I know.
That's not true either.
No, it'd be all them straight guys. Like, the stepdads are the ones to worry about. Not all stepdads, of course, but it'd be them stepdaddies with the little 16, 17-year-old daughters. Yeah, it'd be those people. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I think we've had like some controversial topics that we brought up.
Oh well.
Sorry, that's just how we are. Yeah, we're really opinionated, like, I guess, on a lot of stuff. So you'll see that, I guess, eventually. But yeah, I think we've covered that question.
Yeah, so we're different. How? Like, are we like the typical? Because they're. Yeah, like, are there different roles? Like, there has to be a mom and a dad. So with lesbian, there has to be like a dad. Yeah. Like, what are they gonna call us?
Yeah, some lesbian couple. I guess this isn't really a stereotype. Well, this is kind of a stereotype. Oh, in the lesbian couple, parents, someone is gonna try to be the dad, and the other one will be the mom. So, and this is true for some couples where they have the really feminine masculine dynamic, like the male female dynamic, but we don't really have that because I'm really feminine and Jay's rather fluid, I guess. She's girly when she wants to be, but not really masculine, more like a tomboy, I guess. She's into sports and she doesn't like the girly frilly pink stuff like me. She prefers blue. As you can see, she's wearing blue.
Yep, all blue all day.
Yeah, she's like, we don't have that male-female dynamic, I guess. I mean, we have roles, but we are not really into like the whole gender role type of thing. So that's one way that we're different. Where you don't have like the male-female type of thing where one of us is going to be the mom and then the other one's going to be like some alternative form of dad. Like, we've seen some lesbian couples where they have like baba or like something to say they're not mom, that they're a parent, they're not quite dad, but they're definitely, they don't want to be called mom or anything.
Which is fine for them. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just to throw that out there, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But for us, like, we both
don't have that.
Yeah. So she's gonna be called mommy,
and she's going to be
Mama J or Mama something like that. Mommy and Mama. So we'll see it when the kids might even call us that. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got that question out of there. So the next, you can't.
What's the next question?
How have you prepared yourselves for some of the social prejudices against gay and lesbian parenting?
I guess that will come along with the same way we prepared ourselves when we were planning our wedding. We know some people aren't going to be accepting. You can't force someone to accept something when they don't want to. So we're basically just not going to let it get to us. Like, any negative comments, either if someone has a negative comment, either reply with a sarcastic comment equally as rude and move on, or just let it slide. But most of the time I'll probably be the person to say something smart back.
Yeah, I'm not really a smart talker. Like, if somebody says something like that to me, like, I'll basically just give them this look like,
yeah,
that's my what are you talking about look, like, really, and just ignore them. Like, I'll just give them the look. So I know we're probably gonna get that.
Yeah, one question we're probably definitely gonna get is that who's the real mom?
Oh yeah, who's the real mom? Like, I'm waiting for that one.
I'm gonna be like, well, let me know who the fake mom is. I mean,
we're totally prepared for that, but I don't really get bothered by a lot of things personally. Like, I'm pretty, like you said, happy-go-lucky. Nothing really bothers me. So, I mean, I don't think I'll be affected at all, really. But I don't know. She got that smart mouth, so you got to watch out for her. She'll snap.
Okay. I am pretty sure we'll get the who's the real mom question because I like to see myself in the camera so I can
well, no, you're not supposed to do that.
Okay, like with the wedding, we had somebody tell, because in Florida gay marriage wasn't legal, and we had a commitment ceremony about 3 years ago? 3 years ago,
3 years ago, yeah.
Well, we called it a wedding, but for everyone else it was commitment ceremony, whatever. So we had one of those, and somebody at work asked me, oh, I thought gay marriage isn't legal in Florida. I was like, it's not. They're like, oh, so you just had a pretend wedding? And I just went off. Oh, I was like, there's nothing pretend about our wedding or pretend about our marriage. Just because the state of Florida doesn't recognize it doesn't mean it's not real to us. And I'm really offended that you would call it pretend. So if somebody were to say something such as, who's the real mom? I think I would get offended, because I would be like, are you implying there's a fake mom? I mean, we're not pretending. This is our real life here, and this is our child, so we're both the real mom. Another thing is, especially with sons, a lot of people are, sons require a male role model. Your child is going to be at a loss because they didn't have a male role model, a dad. Sons need dads, girls need dads to be daddy's little girl, protect them or whatever. So I know we're going to get the comment that we're basically cheating our children of having a dad, which I don't feel is correct, because our child will have two loving parents. And
exactly.
We both grew up basically with just our mothers, so maybe that's why the father aspect isn't really that important to us, because we know some other gay couples that say, you know, they want to use a known donor so that the child can kind of have that father figure there. But for us, the important thing is just that the child has two parents, and we'll provide the best we can and be there for them in whatever situations they need.
Yeah, and dads are usually aren't there anyway. You see those commercials, be a dad today. You know, see those like commercials on TV where the guy's doing like jumping jacks, trying to teach his daughter how to cheerlead.
Or jumping rope
or something. You don't ever see commercials about be a mom today.
And then like also the posters where it's like, it takes any guy can, what did it say? Any guy can be a father or something. It takes a real man to be a dad. But yeah, so I guess because of our personal experiences, dads aren't really that important to us. I mean, I know that's different for other people. Some people have really great dads. I've witnessed friends that have really great dads. Well, can't really say many of my family members, but some people I know have had really great dads, and some dads are really great. But since we didn't have that experience, we don't really feel that our child will be missing anything by not having a dad.
Right, and we turned out great, so yeah. Whatever. So what are some of the sacrifices we will both have to make in order to become parents? I'll answer this question first. Travel, travel, travel. Like, I am a traveler in my blood. I was born overseas. I was belong to, I need to travel. And I think that'll be the biggest sacrifice for me, because I kind of, if I had it my way, solely on my thing, I would like travel and see the world a little bit more first. Like, we've been some places, and I've been overseas before, so it's not like I've never been anywhere, but I would definitely love to see more stuff while we're younger. We're not really young, but while we're young in our 20s, and go out there and be adventurous for a little bit, because we haven't had that chance to, because we've been in school, work in school for most of our relationship. So we never really had that time just to, you know, hang out and just have fun. So I think that's something that sacrificed for me. Forgot to put the pepperonis. She forgot to put the pepperonis on the pizza. Like, that's no good right there. So yeah, I think that's the biggest sacrifice for me. But like I said earlier in the first half of the video, like, the world isn't going anywhere, so it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be an issue. We'll just hire a sitter for the week and go on our vacation still. So that's that. That's my sacrifice. And then what's your sacrifice?
The travel thing, I mean, I like traveling. I love vacations, but that's not really big for me. I'm fine whether we go traveling the world or not. I don't think I'm basically missing out on anything. But I mean, I love vacations just as much as the next person. But me, I don't really want to say giving up a career or postponing my career is really a sacrifice, because I've never been really career driven. Career stuff has never really been of very high importance to me. Like, I mean, it's important to get a college degree and everything, and it's just like, I guess maybe because I've never officially known what I wanted to do. I kind of just knew I had to go to school, and that
Who picked your school? Who picked your career?
Oh, Jay picked my career for me because she thought it would be something that I would be interested in. And once I started taking the classes, I actually am interested in HR and organizational psychology. But so I can't really say my career is something I'm sacrificing. Maybe shopping and like luxury items, because I really like, I'm not like a label whore, I guess, but I really like designer things and nice things. So maybe I'll be sacrificing like shopping and stuff. Like I've noticed since we started talking about the baby more and like getting really serious about this, like I've sacrificed buying stuff for me. I'm like, oh well, instead of like before I bought purses and stuff all the time. Now when we go to the store, it's more like, oh well, let's look in the baby section and see if they have any new baby onesies or see if they have any new baby stuff or whatever. So I guess my sacrifice probably will be pampering myself to.
It's a pretty big sacrifice.
I said, well, starting my career.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I had. Because I really want to be a mom, so I don't really feel having a child I'll be sacrificing anything.
Yeah,
if anything, I'll be gaining something, because like my ultimate thing I've always wanted to be since I was a little girl was a wife and a mom. And like I fulfilled the first half of like my dream to be a wife, and now I'm just waiting to like accomplish that second half and be someone's mother. So I don't really feel there's much of a sacrifice.
Good answer. Good answer. So will having a child change our life in any other ways? I mean,
we've kind of gone over the way. Yeah.
I mean, we don't get much sleep now, so.
Yeah. Right now we wake up. Wait, wasn't there a question? Did we already pass it? The question about what's your typical day like?
I didn't see that question.
There was one, I thought sure it said, how's your what's a typical day like?
Not on this
Yeah,
list.
it was, because I saw it when we were at the table.
I don't know. Maybe I skipped over it. So, well, you just describe what a typical day for like. We don't have
I want to make sure there was really a question about it though.
It don't matter.
Yeah, what is your daily schedule like?
Oh.
Okay, our alarm goes off at 5:30 a.m. every morning. I stick a thermometer in my mouth for my basal body temperature reading. I have to do it every day. It's to chart my temperature is leading up to ovulation, and your temperature rises like after you ovulate. Then you get 3 consecutive high temperatures, and then you know that you've ovulated. So every morning, thermometer goes up at 5:30. I take my temperature, I get up, I grab my pillow and my blanket, I go over there to the couch to continue sleeping because Jay has to get up to get ready for work, and I can't sleep while anyone's rumbling around in the dark for socks or whatever she may be looking for. So I have to go up to the couch to continue sleeping till about 6. When she's done getting ready, she comes and wakes me up. I prepare our lunches in this grand kitchen. I pack our lunches for the day, then I get dressed, we go and drop her off at the train station, and I come back home. I go to sleep for maybe, I get back home like around almost 7, and I go to sleep until like 8:30, so I sleep for like an hour and a half, then I get up and get myself ready for work and drive back to the train station to park around 9 and head to work. I have to work 10 to 6:30. That's a typical weekday for me.
Alright, so you got the first half of for me. So once I'm at work, once she drops me off at the train station, I get to work I have to be at work at 7. So get to work at 7 o'clock, and I'm just grinding nonstop at work from like 7 to maybe 3:30. Sometimes I have to work late. Like last week I had to work late. I worked like 10.5 hours overtime last week. So usually I get off around 3:30 or 4, and then I get home around like 5:30. Then I have these conference calls with my group mates at the at grad school.
Oh, let them see our dining table.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a hodgepodge.
Yeah, our dining table. This is where I do all my schoolwork. You see like a calculator. Here's we bought a box today, but you know, books. Like there's my schedule, snacks. You know, final exam. You know, and I always have these on my head for conference calls. So I get home, do whatever I need to do to prepare for my conference call. So I'm on the call usually till she gets home and at like 7:30.
Yeah.
And she'll come home and I'll have to put my microphone on mute so I can say hi to her, and then she goes straight in the kitchen. She doesn't even sit down. She goes straight in the kitchen, start working on dinner while I'm on the call. She'll bring dinner to me while I'm on the call. And that's like around 8:30, 9. Yeah. Then I'll get off the call maybe around 10, 10:30, 11. Then we spend an hour together in the evening.
Yeah, usually we eat dinner apart. She eats at the table and I eat in the bedroom in front of my laptop, usually looking up trying to conceive or baby stuff.
Yeah, so that's it. Then we try to go to bed before 1 o'clock in the morning and do it all over again. So that's it. That's a day in the life right there.
Yeah, so one good thing is once we have a baby here, well, I graduate December, she graduates in April, and if our first cycle, which is in August, if it works, the baby will be born May. So we'll basically be trading school for a baby. So instead of waking up early to do homework, because some mornings I wake up early to do homework, I work better in the morning. So instead of waking up for homework, we'll be waking up for baby feedings and diaper changes and stuff. So basically any free time that we think we'll have after school probably will be dedicated to the baby.
Does your extended family live nearby? No, everybody's in Florida still.
Yeah, my extended family is in Florida too. Don't really see them often. I haven't been back to Florida since we moved up here. Jay has gone back a couple times.
Yeah, I saw like a cousin of mine I'm really close to, is like my brother. I'll stop by and swing by and see him when I go down to Florida to take my finals for school. But with any like real quality time, not in a while since we moved. So
yeah. And I saw both of my sisters in, when was it? April? I think the end of April, because my baby sister graduated from her military boot camp. So my middle sister Bianca and I met Rachel in Oklahoma to go to her graduation and stuff. So we spent a couple days together, just my sisters and I. And I have a pretty close relationship with them because growing up with two other girls, I mean, you can't help but more of a close relationship, I guess. And we've never lived in a house, so we always shared a room, like 3 girls always in one room or whatever. So there were lots of nights of staying up late talking and stuff, and so we're pretty close, even though we all live like separate states right now. When we're not both working, how do we fill our time? What time? If we're not working, we fill our time with schoolwork because we're both taking online classes, so that requires like a lot of homework and stuff.
Yeah, but I guess when we do have some free time, like last weekend we went to the Museum of Science. We like museums a lot. I like it, I think, a little bit more than she does.
Yeah, I like science museums. I'm not too big on like history museums and stuff. Like we went to another museum that was more like paintings and portraits and
art museum.
Yeah, an art museum.
Yeah, art museums are great.
Art museums. I prefer like hands-on stuff. I get bored, I guess, really easily.
Yeah, I'm into art a lot. I guess the humanities part of it. Just learning about, I think it's cool to see something that somebody painted and touched with their paintbrush like 100 and something years ago. I think that is really, really cool. But I guess she doesn't. But like I'm a movie buff, like I love movies, so we'll go to the movies, and if there's something I want to see that she doesn't want to see, I'll go and check it out by myself. I have no problem with that. Yeah. So I guess movies and like museums, or like going out to eat.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's something we'll probably have to sacrifice maybe a little bit for financial planning for the baby, depending on, since we have to pay for like monthly inseminations and stuff. So depending on how long this takes, that may be something we've been saying we're going to cut back on. We try to, but going out to eat is like a habit we can't break. That's our thing. Like, we have to go out to eat at least once a week. We tried to cut it down to twice a month. It worked for what, like 1 month. Then after that, we can't do it. Like, we love going out to eat.
Yeah, like just the restaurant experience, sitting there in the dim light, hearing the glasses clink and having somebody wait on you and just talking over dinner is a good way that we catch up with each other and stuff like that. So
and then
that's our thing.
Being so busy and stuff, like not really having time to cook dinner, like how we ended up with this frozen pizza tonight and this thrown together salad. So going out to eat, usually it's a lot easier for us. Like the next best thing would be an in-home chef. Yeah, but
when we make that moolah, when I get to be a consultant, we're gonna do that in-home chef when I'm home on the weekends, I guess. So do we open access to our life? Yeah, as much. I mean, I don't really have anything. Is there anything you're not willing to share? I guess like we both work in a really high security job, so I guess we wouldn't be able to film us at our jobs.
Yeah. Because with her working like an investment type thing, I work in an insurance company, but they also handle investments there. It's a rather large company, and they're pretty secure on who's allowed in the building. So
yeah, you ain't getting in my building.
I don't. And we deal with like confidential information, so I don't think there'll be any way I could be filmed at work. Yeah,
but any other than that, I mean, we're pretty open. So is there anything you'd like to add?
I think we added like a lot throughout. I mean, some areas we just rambled, so that's maybe we might have added too much. I'm really excited, but one thing I'm worried about is because right now we have like 2.5 weeks until my first insemination, and I really stress out a lot, like about every single detail, like with my OPKs. Oh, I have a picture. Well, not a picture. These have become my best friend. I love to see the little happy face that pops up. And we don't keep these in the kitchen. They just were up here because I ordered them for a really good price on eBay, and we dump all our mail here, and these were in the mail. I opened them up and just left them here. I have to put them away. But I've been obsessing about everything. Like after ovulation, how my temperature is supposed to peak up. I'm like, Jay, I'm not sure if I ovulated yet. My OPK turned positive, but my temperature hasn't gone up. Did I wake up every morning? Oh, it didn't go up. It didn't go up. Then when it goes up, I'm like, it went up today. Like I just got a positive test.
It always goes up the same day. Like it always goes up the same day. Yeah, and she starts freaking out. Like she doesn't know. Like it always comes up on the 4th day and it's day 2, and you're like, why isn't it working? Because it's not on day 4 yet.
With the ovulation predictor strips, like what you do, you pee on those or stick them in pee, and then they turn like a different, like you get the happy face, or either they have 2 lines, kind of like a pregnancy test to tell you if your I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. If your LH hormone is high, the luteinizing hormone is up.
I'm gonna sit
and if it is, it means you're due to ovulate soon. So I'll test like 5 times a day. I'll test when I get up. I'll test before I go to work. I'll test during, like I've started carrying them in my bag to work, in my purse, and I'll test at work. At first I started off testing 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once like after lunch at work, and then once at night before I went to bed. Last cycle, it didn't turn positive on the day that it usually did, so I freaked out. I started testing like 5 times a day. Once when I got up, once when I got dressed for work.
Go pee?
Yes, pretty much. So I carried like a big stack of them in my purse to work, and I was a girl in the bathroom with the paper cup going, trying to figure out, I'm like squinting, do I see a second line? Do I see a second line?
That's insane.
So I can only imagine how I'm gonna be during the 2-week wait. Like right now we have 2.5 weeks. And I actually wrote up a little blog today at work saying how I feel like I'm already in a 2-week wait because this 2.5 weeks can't go by fast enough for us to try. I can't wait to have that first shot to know that this, for the one time, I'm actually possibly going to be pregnant. I'm possibly like really taking the first step to be a mom.
Well, you said that like a reality hit.
So we've come up with, after the insemination, we're not going to test the first cycle. I'm just going to wait to see if it works, like wait to see if my period's late, then we'll test. But that 2 weeks is going to be a real killer. Then it sucks because she has to go to Florida to go to school, so I'm going to be here by myself. And then like my best friend's coming up to visit me that weekend, and she doesn't have any clue what's going on, so of course I have to put away the ovulation predictors and stuff so she can't see those in the bathroom because I don't want any questions. But like, she can tell whenever anything's wrong with me because I've known her for so long. So I don't know. I'm going to try to just act like nothing's going on, but that's going to be really hard not to have her here with me, have Jay here with me during those 2 weeks.
You'll be alright. Yeah, that's going to be hard for me too because I'll be away from her, and it's like I'm going to have to be taking finals thinking, oh my goodness, like when I go back to where do we live? Massachusetts. Like when I come back to Boston. Yeah, like that's going to be a lot. Like usually, like after we take finals, the whole group will go out and party and celebrate the end of finals or the stress of exams. I don't even think I'm going out. I'm probably just gonna go watch a movie to take my mind off of it. And I promised her we're not drinking. Oh yeah, that's the sacrifice. Even though we're not big drinkers, so it's not really a sacrifice. But we stopped drinking last month because, according to some of the stuff I read, like alcohol can affect your fertility a little. So even though the doctor, like the midwife, said we still can have drinks, I still can have drinks, but we decided to stop drinking until after we have the baby. Yeah. So we got this bottle of Vina.
Bottle of wine, yeah, like not even half. And we have a little wine cooler here with wine, so I've been trying to get rid of them, using them in all my meals and stuff, like trying to find a way to incorporate wine into all my recipes and stuff to get rid of the wine since we can't drink it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be very, very exciting. I can't wait. We're gonna film or record us on our first insemination thing. Do we have to ask the doctor before that?
I guess so.
Oh, we'll ask him. Like, we want to actually bring the camera into the room and
not like showing the actual procedure, but just like showing our nervousness beforehand, and then afterwards we're able to wait in the room for a little while. Like, I guess to let everything do what it's supposed to do. So we get the room to ourselves for like 20 minutes. So we'll probably record or something. And like for our little we're gonna start a little YouTube thing, I guess, a YouTube chronicle of our trying to conceive journey. Hopefully it's not a long road ahead of us.
I hope not. It won't be. It'll be quick.
I hope so.
All right, well that's it. If you have any more questions, feel free.
And I have to go finish dinner.
All right, so it's been great answering the questions. Hope we've answered them to your liking, and there you have it, Jay and Angel signing out later.